Hey guys, Chelsea Kenyon here with www.chelseakenyon.com. Head on over there, check out some more tips and tricks for your direct sales business. And today I actually have a fun little visual for you to show you exactly how to talk to your prospects, potentials, recruits, customers, whatever the case may be, okay? So let's pretend, I have a glass here, okay? Let's pretend that this glass is all the information that you know about your company, about your products, whatever the case may be, okay? So I have my sink right here. I'm going to put some water in it. Okay, so let's say here is the information about your company, your products, whatever the case may be, and here is a dried sponge, okay? I got these at Trader Joe's, if anybody's wondering. It's like a deflated, dehydrated sponge, okay? Now, it's going to get a little messy here. So let's say that this is all the information about your company, about your products, and you are tempted. So here's your customer and they say, hey, I have this question about this, or potential, I have this question about this. And you go, hey, let me give you some information on that. And you go, bleh. Okay? What happens? Most of the water went on the floor because the sponge can't absorb it that fast. Look at that poor sad little sponge. Look at that little sponge. Okay, so all that glorious information that you had, that you gave to them, that you provided to them, didn't even sink in. It did not absorb. Most of it went on the floor. Okay, and now we have this sad little piddly sponge. Okay, so let me show you another scenario. Let me refill. You refill, get that information back into the glass. Now let me show you another scenario. Okay, another customer comes along. They've got some questions. Maybe it's a potential. They've got some questions about the comp plan, whatever. Okay? And instead of just giving them all the information at once, all the information that you've put all this time to put together, instead, you just give them a sentence, maybe 2 sentences, okay? So you give them 1 or 2 sentences, just a little bit, okay? And then you give them a couple more sentences. And then another sentence. Now maybe they're asking some questions. Okay? And another sentence. And then you're going to give them a little bit more. Maybe now you give them a chart. Maybe now you're giving them some graphics. Okay? Slowly but surely. Is any water going on the floor? It's all being absorbed. Okay? When you take it slow with people and give them little bite-sized pieces of information, they will actually absorb it. They keep the information. They get it. They hear it. They store it. Okay? So this is what you want to do. You want to answer their questions little tiny bits at a time. Okay? I dripped there. Sorry. That was my bad. And over time, and this process may take a few minutes, it may take a few hours, it may take a few days, I don't know, maybe a few months. Okay? But all that information is sinking in and absorbing. And all of that information is now with your customer or potential versus this when you gave them all that information all at once and half of it went on the floor. Here, this is a fully saturated sponge, okay? Do you see the difference? So are you understanding what I'm trying to tell you? I want to throw one last thing in there before I leave y'all. I'm going to get that information again. I'm just going to tell you something really quick. On my team, we have what's called the toolbox, and I created it so that people could learn at their own pace, when they were ready, and learn what they wanted, what subject they wanted to learn on for that particular day. So I just want to kind of show you what happens with our toolbox, okay? So here's a new person that just fell on the floor. Don't mind that person. So here's a new person who just signed up to your business, who wants to learn some new tricks, some new techniques. They want to learn how to launch their business, okay? So for me, I have for my team what's called the toolbox, and the toolbox is a collection of everything that you ever needed to know about launching your business. Everything from company-specific stuff, just to sales, to social media, everything that you ever wanted to know. So let me show you what happens. If this is the toolbox, and you give somebody access to the toolbox when they first start, here's what happens. And you didn't have to do anything. You just put them in the toolbox and they absorb it all themselves. Boom! Okay? So, anyways, when you're talking to your potentials and to your customers, always give them a little tiny bit at a time, because honestly, that's all they can absorb. And even though you feel like you're giving them a lot of information, a lot of it might be bypassing and kind of going on the floor, just like I showed you guys, okay? So a little bit at a time, little sentences, just little bite-sized pieces of information, the occasional chart, the occasional graphic, but little tiny tidbits that they can absorb over time. It's going to be a lot more effective. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.